CNB3 Online. Today on Catch for a Cause, we're going to be understanding a very critical topic of poverty. We have with us here today some social workers who have been continuously working with the poor, but alongside have been cracking the very cause of poverty. So let's hear it for them.
Thank you. Poverty can be defined as a social phenomenon in which a section of the society is unable to fulfill even its basic necessities of life.
Poverty in India began when the Englishmen started colonial rule. In the past, Indians were known for their great handicrafts and traditional skills. You couldn't find better jewel-encrusted jewelry than Jaipur. No region could be more worthy for being the silk capital than the South. But this all came to a standstill when the British imposed their own rules and regulations. Farmers could no longer grow what they wanted. They had to grow indigo, cotton, and opium, all of which would go away from their motherland, that too for less value than they were worth. Craftsmen were required to join the armed forces. Very systematically, India's rural settlements were drained of not only their wealth but even their culture. This led to a domino reaction, starting with unemployment and low growth rates. The low growth rates persisted till the 1980s. Situations worsened when this was accompanied by low wages and a high population growth spurt. People weren't able to promote economic growth or control the growing population. Having failed at the two important fronts, India became subject to multidimensional.
Being the second most powerful country emerging from a long struggle for freedom, India had a majority of its population unemployed. The Green Revolution and the rapid industrialization provided jobs to few, but was not enough to absorb all the job seekers. As a result, many people resorted to jobs such as rickshawalas and laborers. Because the wages were not defined and equal for all days, most people couldn't afford proper houses and resorted dwelling in slums outside the city. Hence, poverty became not only the part of rural India but even the urban settlement.
India has had huge wage gaps up to 10 folds. This leads to various problems such as situations concerning health and shelter. As a result, the government tried applying various reforms, and had they been applied properly, they might have even transformed the lives of many. But due to various challenges, the regulations were never imposed properly and hence had no impact. These regulations will be explained later onwards by another team. India's population has grown by an average of 18 crores every decade since 1991. As of 2020, the population of India is 17% of the world population. This pressure of population provides a barrier in the way of economic development. Growing population has linkages with other economic aspects, particularly poverty and unemployment. The rising population is accompanied by an ascent in the labor force of the community, which leads a major chunk of the population to unemployment. The rising population has serious implications on poverty as well.
After understanding the causes of poverty, let's understand the reason why poverty is still not eradicated. CNB3 Online, in collaboration with Tier Fund associations, brings to you poverty with a modern cause.
Poverty has some key root causes such as unemployment, lack of education, and other historical reasons. But it still differs from country to country, state to state, and city to city. We will meet you after a short break, after which we will present a case study differentiating between poverty in India and USA.
What will I do? Are you scared that the Rona will infect you? Yes! Then say no more, cause have no fear. Dr. Dash is here. Dr. Dash comes in a lot of forms. For example, the sanitizer or food grade disinfectant spray. We also have multivitamins. Be sure to have a medical prescription when buying the multivitamins. Now get a free mask on your first order. Now available on Trezon, Small Basket and Troffers. Let's have no fear. Dr. Dash is here.
Welcome back. And without further ado, let's begin the case study.
In America, the tenfold income gap between a comfortably middle class Oklahoma resident and an affluent New Yorker is mostly just a state of mind. It's not even clear who's happier. The same income gap in India could be the difference between adequate food and chronic hunger pains, lack of even the most basic medical care, lack of housing that keeps the rain out, or the absence of air conditioning on very hot, humid days. In low income countries, inequality is much more consequential, which is why India looks like it is more unequal than the US. In fact, it may be shocking to know, but the USA has actually been proclaimed to be having the second highest child poverty rates. Before we end today's session on Catch for a Cause, CNBC Online, in collaboration with Plethrons, brings to you quick facts about poverty.
It is not defined that if you are born in poverty, you will remain in poverty. I was born in a hospital, but that doesn't mean I am to become a doctor. Poverty has been around for a long time. Now it is time we get rid of it by educating the masses and by increasing the job availability, by encouraging and reviving our dying culture and heritage.